It's okay. Off the mic, it's okay. Off the mic,
Chai! Now wow, people wey supposed talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle so they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ dódódódó.
Maiyegun diary, Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun live.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Maiyegun diary, lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun diary,
Thank you so much for joining me. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them Maiyegun today. Yeah, so my friends, the brethren in this temple of truth who are in America, happy 4th of July. That's significant, isn't it?
Maiyegun diary Politico. Maiyegun diary Godfatherism. Kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹ́kọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́nu.
Share the broadcast. Invite them. Read the caption. Read the description. I mean, like the broadcast before you sit back. And enjoy.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. lórí YouTube. Ayé ìṣúra jù. Wọ́n bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Ayé ìṣúra jù. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Ayé ìṣúra jù. Presido bá rúfin o. Ayé ìṣúra jù. Gómìnà gbówó jẹ. Ayé ìṣúra jù. Ọlọ́pàá ti gba ìfà. Ayé ìṣúra jù. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òru. Ayé ìṣúra jù.
Get started. I know. You see, if you joined MaiyegunsDiary Politico recently, right? Normally you should have noticed, okay? Maiyegun's videos are shot or streamed live. Anything after that are just the, sort of the cutouts for easy view for those who don't kind of like watching that long stretch. Now, from the start, because it is like starting a service, okay? You would let people know that, oh, it started, oh, now everybody should come in and join. So we spend that first 5, 6, 7 minutes, okay, to do all the normal things we do before we finally kind of get started. Things like, read what this conversation is all about this time. See which of them interests you that you want to kind of be part of and contribute to as well. Share the broadcast. That's to tell others that, well, it is happening here. So we do all of that from the beginning. So if you are watching a replay, any of MaiyegunsDiary video replay, you are advised, if you don't like this segment, okay, you can just, fast forward it. But if you're watching it live, people enjoy that. They love it because it gives everybody a chance, a lot of people chance to join us before we go deeper. When you read this caption, it reads, right? INEC can't prove how Tinubu won. Also, the INEC witness, who happened to be a pastor, okay? Before the pastor, INEC witness that they called yesterday to their stand in defense of Atiku's petition said, with what he has seen, that out of all of the results announced by INEC for presidential election in Nigeria, with all of the evidence, everything there, INEC witness said only 31% of the results make any mathematical sense. Do you know what that means? It simply means that, let's say INEC declared the winner of the election in, for example, Lagos. APC scored, Labour Party scored, PDP scored, right? And then this is the invalid votes, this is blah, blah, blah. So when they added everything together, mathematically, it doesn't make any sense. Do you get what I mean? And now imagine that happening in more than 60% of the entire result they announced here and there and there. So one of their witness agreed to that. But today, when they finally called the witness to the stand, INEC witness, to defend Peter Obi's petition, all of these things you have been reading about, Obi submitted this, Obi evidence, this and that. So they called the witness. This witness happened to be a pastor of RCCG, Redeemed Christian Church of God in Nigeria, Bayode Lawrence, who happened to be one of those that came out on TV to deceive the world of the preparedness of INEC for that sham election, okay? So when he was called to the stand, right, he happened to be the ICT director for INEC or something like that. He shall work in ICT. So before anything, you would have to swear to an oath, Abi. I say, okay, whether if you are a Christian or a Muslim, and if you don't have any religion, you can just say affirmation, like I just believe that everything I'm going to say here is true. I don't need the Bible or Quran. But you won't expect that of a pastor, man of God. So when they call this man of God Bayode to the stand, are you a Christian or a Muslim? Well, he said he's a Christian. Then denied that he's a pastor. And also said, because of his faith, he cannot swear by the Bible that everything he was going to say or testify will be truth. So people were like, oh, the pastor doesn't want to swear with the Bible. That's new. Anyway, Mr. Bayode, here we are. You are from the ICT department of INEC. Tell us what happened to that IREF, the same one that your department collected billions of. That's not how they asked him. This is me using my own question asking about. I'll tell you what he said. So tell us what happened. The glitch. You said something about the glitch and all that. Glitch is when they say, oh, something happened that an app couldn't, work optimally. Okay. And they say, okay, because of that. Right. Sorry, that's my door. Somebody's at the door. So don't worry. Somebody's going to take that. It's a distraction, isn't it? Anyway, so glitch is like, oh, if you go to this place, when you do this, and that, then you get this. Then you get there. It's not doing same. It's not working. Right? Then you can easily, probably your ICT team can easily just go there. All right? If it's going to be to do some recording or adding an extra code, whatever it is, to fix it. But there's something. If you have a glitch in your system, this particular technology that they deployed for your Charade election was purchased from Amazon. Now, Peter Obi and his team, they've already brought an Amazon witness to come and testify that, in fact, there was no glitch to stop them from transmitting the election result that day. It was deliberately turned off while the rest of all the other portals in that same IREF were working. So what do you call the Amazon has already proved that there's already an evidence of that in that same court. So this ICT guy came, having been caught in that web. He said, well, part of the question was, did you run any check on that portal before the election? And he said they did. Right? Did you check the vulnerability of that technology, of that particular system for that election, that it was like foolproof? Where they said they did. Now, they did a test on the 3rd and on the 6th of February, about 19 days before the Charade election. Now, when they did that, that's like to test if the old system is still going to do the job without any hacking, manipulation, and the rest. When the result came back, it was on the 22nd of February, 2023. Now, when it came on the 22nd, 3 days before the election, the results showed that IREFO and the BVASO, especially IREFO, was 81% prone to manipulation. Remember, they developed the IREF and they said, okay, that the BVAS is the one that will accredit you, scan you if you can vote. Then once you voted, okay, and they've counted the results, the election, and they have announced the winner in that polling unit, you will use that IREF, take the picture of the results, and upload it to the system. That was what they told you, or told the world. But 3 days before the election, INEC reports on that same system showed that even ordinary phone, your laptop, your desktop, your iPad, you can use them to upload anything into that IREF 3 days before the election. Which means INEC knew the vulnerability of whatever they are selling, the bobo they are selling to you. They just needed some more kind of lies to cover up. So your IREF, your BVAS, they've already been compromised before the election by 81%. So they are now asking Mr. Bayode that failed or refused to swear by the Bible that, what does that mean? Does that mean that with that vulnerability, I said, no, they fixed it. They fixed it in 3 days. So if you fix something, won't you run a test again? If you run a test and it took you 2 weeks to get the full result back, right? So if you fix it and you run a test again, how long do you think that's going to take? 3 days? Of course not. Anyway, Mr. Bayode, there are results uploaded whereby in some places, the results were blank, including the ones printed by INEC, original copy certified by INEC results that they gave to us. 18,088 polling units of this from this result, 18,000 units are all blank. You can't read them at all. They gave him an example to read some of the results, and he said he couldn't read them. So, Mr. Bayode, what happened? You are from the ICT, so tell us. Guess what this RCCG pastor said? He said, then there must be a glitch. And that glitch is that when they uploaded the results, okay, so the glitch changed the results paper and blurred it. That's what happened. So therefore, it won't really affect the election results, the final results. So this is where we're going, okay? From what we have heard, they said, apart from the result printed by INEC, including the blurry one, mutilated ones, and those that have, like, you know what I mean, that they presented, signed, and they have been presented to the court. INEC has another result they printed. And they are now trying to tell them that the result that these people are holding as evidence, that is not the real result. They have the real results, and they will present the results. Do you get that? Do you get that manipulation? You know, technology changed the results during the time people were uploading them. But there is no record of that glitch. Amazon that sold them the technology came and said there was no glitch. I'll check you. I'll show you something. Before you deceive me, I must make sure that I am not deceiving myself, okay? So they consulted this organization to help them investigate what really happened to the INEC IREF. And what happened? That the election results for presidential election results alone was the one, you know, that they couldn't, excuse me, that they couldn't upload. So what happened? And they came back and they said, no, this is not a glitch. It was a manually switched off process that day. And because the system is already vulnerable, so people could sit in their room and be uploading nonsense as your election result, even when you are still queuing or being denied the right to vote. Do you get that now? So it was like that. So it was easy for them to now say, oh, they were trying to upload fake results. Okay. And because of that, they decided to resort to the old ways of doing things, manual collation, manual announcements, which is not going to be BVAS or IREF anymore. And they have a court judgment on Adeleke versus, what's that guy's name? Tinubu's cousin. I forgot his name, I'm sorry. In Osun, remember the BVAS, the accredited number, more than the voted number, this and that, that the tribunal said that Adeleke cannot be going low to Buga. Remember that? They are counting on that, and the Supreme Court came back to say, no. Let's just resort to the manual way of how they did it if there's controversy here. And Adeleke was returned. Tinubu is holding on to that. And Mr. Bayo, what happened? Kilo change. I mean, like I said, here was when the Bobo issue, the one that they are telling to stay away now. After that, after they release their own report, EU should stay away from Nigeria. What is their business with our business? They gave you 17 billion. You collected 17 billion naira, 17.4 billion. You're asking the person who gave you the money that what is his business? In fact, you are already asking for another one. Please work with us so that, next election, EU should come and finance our election and do, blah, blah, blah nonsense. So the EU that bought the Bobo even did that VAT. Can you believe that? I mean,
National Electoral Commission don't comot Yoruba technology with them call the Bimodal Voter Accreditation System (BVAS). We go make sure say mago no dey for inside general elections where they come so. This BVAS technology go make sure say all the people wey qualify and don't register to vote go fit vote sake of fingerprint or facial feature verification wey them don't do. This technology go also comot delay, impersonation and overvoting or multiple voting for the election day. As the election day happen, officials from INEC go use BVAS take verify say the person wey wan vote don register and them dey eligible to vote for the polling unit wey them dey. Them go also make sure say the person na the original owner of the PVC where him dey use vote. After election don finish, the BVAS na im dem go use sharp send the results from the polling unit to INEC result viewing portal IREV. Make everybody see. My country people, as e dey so, make sure say you collect your PVC so you sef fit join for this free, fair, credible and inclusive election for we Naija. The European Union support to democratic governance for Naija na im bring on this message.
Just so you know, now the money where EU didn't give the government money, they gave INEC the money, funded the bogus training exercise for election and other nonsense. And Mr. Bayode, before the election, was on Channels Television. He had this to say. We'll keep reminding you, no? We know that the whole thing is so garbage, but for the record.
To the election, the
all right, so now concerning these beavers, we've already seen some demonstration going on there in terms of the queue, what people would expect, and the results, the IREV. Maybe we should talk a little bit about that IREV and the results. What do we expect? Because I think, I'm not sure if, wait, maybe we should go this way. Now, are people still going to be able to view those results as they uploaded on INEC portal?
Yes, of course, it's real time. From the polling unit straight to the IREV. And if there are any issue, by the time the presiding officer gets to the collation center, it tenders the beavers to the collation officer. It tenders the hard copy of that result to the collation officer. The collation officer is looking at the physical result and the one that was already transmitted to the IREV. Just oppose these two and see if there's any discrepancy, checking whether what is seen on the IREV is the same thing that is before him physically. So if everything went well, then the collation officer go ahead to enter into his own form at that level, the form EC8B at that level.
And that form will also still be displayed?
No, we are not transmitting that form. We are only transmitting form EC8A.
Yeah, that EC8A.
Yes.
Much as they will snap it and upload it, they will still display it as required, isn't it?
Yes, it will still be displayed at the polling unit. That's the form 60E at the polling unit. It will be displayed there. But the result itself will be taken to the collation officer and the beavers. The collation officer checks the accredited data, checks the form EC80, that's the result sheet, and also check the one on the portal to see if there are any discrepancy, whether they are the same.
If there is any discrepancy, which result do they then go with?
No, let me just explain this.
Yeah.
Now, we have to understand the fact that at the level of the polling unit, we have also accredited polling agents or party agents. So all the political parties, we have their party agents or polling agents at the polling unit. Now, at the period of entering the scores of the candidates into Form EC8A, the polling agents will be there at the polling unit. So the presiding officer will sign Form EC8A, which is the polling unit level result, and also stamp it. The polling agents or the party agents, if available, must also countersign the polling unit level result. Okay. Before it is uploaded or transmitted through the IREV. Now, after the accreditation data is transmitted and the polling unit level result, that is from EC8A, is transmitted, the party agents or the polling agents, together with the presiding officer and the assistant presiding officers, will physically carry that from EC8A and the beavers and other election materials to the registration area center or the electoral ward, where they will hand over that from EC8A and the beavers to the collation officer. The collation officer will look at the physical result as handed over to him. He or she will also look at the beavers as handed over, and then look at the from EC8 or the polling unit level result as already transmitted through the IREV, and the accreditation data as already transmitted before entering the scores into Form EC8B, which is the registration area result. Now, if there's a dispute relating to the physically transmitted result, so to say, and the electronically transmitted result, by our own regulations and by our own guidelines and procedures, the electronically transmitted data and the electronically transmitted result will take precedence.
To the connection.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
We will work with you.
You listen to him or them. This was like a day before the election. Okay? And you see that Mr. Bayode, the one that couldn't probably answer well until Okoye took over, has been with INEC since 1999 or so, 1999, about 24 years. That RCCG redeemed pastor. Now, I'm going to show you something on your screen. So on the left is his profile. On the right is his position after Mumudu announced Kolu as your president. I'll show you. The guy has been with INEC since, how long is that again? No, 1999, right? And then he became deputy director in INEC. Then he also, now I'll take this one off. Then he also became assistant chief engineer, INEC. On the right is Mr. Bayode saying a new Nigeria is birth, celebrating Tinubu as the person they are finally rigged in as inner job. So why did he refuse to swear by the Bible? I don't read somewhere they say RCCG people, no, they swear by the Bible. Here is what Atifku's lawyers kind of had to say, I think.
We are not even surprised because if you looked very well and if you
the lawyers after today, watch that one.
We are not even surprised because if you looked very well and if you understand exactly what is happening, the whole structure of this election and the problems with the election is based on technology. And today INEC has called their IC director who came to justify what INEC did by way of what they said, the glitches that occurred how they try to fix the glitches, how they deployed patches to fix the glitches. So apart from this issue of technological glitches, there would have been no problem with the election. The election would have been transparent, would have been credible, would have been as Nigerians expected. Because I'm sure every Nigerian who voted knew what the result of the election ought to have been. So when the people now found different results on the IREV, particularly blurred copies, blurred images, blurred pictures on the IREV, and don't forget that INEC had assured Nigerians that election results will be uploaded from the polling unit in real time from the beavers to the IREV. So we were wondering what happened then. So, and when the INEC IC director testified and provided evidence on that, there was nothing more for INEC to say again. The form EC8A was meant to be what is on the IREV. But we have forms EC8As, we have IREV copies certified by INEC, which are completely blurred, unreadable, contains strange pictures, images. Indeed, the IC director was given a copy or copies of these blurred forms, EC8As, presumably, and was asked to tell the court how many scores that were written on those copies. If you were in the court, you would have seen his difficulty, because nothing was written on those documents. So one wonders, on what basis did INEC collect the result? On what basis did you announce a result when you have results of the election given by you that are not clear, they're not readable, that are indeed blurred images? We are not even surprised because
blood. It was intentional. But today, INEC was asking the court that they wanted to submit some more documents as evidence, which some believe is the INEC copy of results. Okay? If you have blood, unreadable results, people's pictures, images as election results, that's unreadable. You can't read them. Okay? So they asked the guy said it's not going to affect the announced results. It won't. What do you mean? We can't read this. But remember, they said all the party agents, all the party, they have their agents who also collated results. I know you must have heard everywhere that Peter Obi or Atiku have not been able to really prove anything. Of course, if you believe them, okay, I probably should tell you about this ocean that I would love to sell to you if you don't mind. But here is the truth. They said that Peter Obi, who is third, is not even asking the court, right? It's not proving to the court that he won the election. Okay? And they said that Atiku is only asking the court to disqualify Kolu and then order a rerun election. None of this is true. But I'll tell you what is true. Part of it is actually Peter Obi that is asking the court to declare him winner. Atiku is not. You know why? Because of the FCT, the 25% in Abuja. It's been a big issue that, in fact, this your court and the rest will put that to rest finally, or they will force to change the law of 25% in FCT. Only Peter Obi has that. Only Peter Obi scored over 25% in more than 2/3 states in Nigeria. Only him. You don't need to believe me. Don't worry. They've already declared a bogus, unreadable result that is disputed right now, okay? You don't need to believe me. He is challenging, not just where they declared that he didn't win. He is challenging even where they said he won. He is pulling all the figures together. And, of course, we haven't read it anywhere where it is stated that this is how much score, this is how much vote I got, this is how much Tinubu had, this is how much Atiku. No, it's not been specifically stated in this their court trial. But you see all those boxes that they are taking to the courts, all those numbers they are juggling about, all the states they are contesting, and all those places they are running and all of that. There are numbers that are actually popping out of them. And INEC, who said in the argument, they said the what do you call it? The IRF that got compromised made them use manual, resort back to manual, and all political parties also use their own agents, like who must have the results. For you to know that there is actually a problem. That prayers of Atiku is that if they think the 25% Abuja is so important, all right, one, Atiku is demanding for a recount in so many states, okay, presenting his own evidence to say they rigged me here, they rigged me there, this is not my number and all that. Peter Obi is doing the same and is very, very kind of, straightforward with his own. So his own demands are like 5, okay? The first one, from what I know, the first one is that I won this election. I meet all the constitutional requirements, the numbers, everything. I won. Even though it didn't say by how much or what number. It didn't tell us that. But you should expect that in those boxes, shouldn't you? Right. And because I won, INEC has declared somebody who didn't win the winner. So court, this is the evidence. These are the evidence. I won. Declare me the winner as the president of Nigeria. He's asking outrightly from them. Then the second one is that, listen, the guy they declared winner by law should ordinarily be disqualified and be languishing in somewhere in jail for all this. So by law, he's not qualified. And if you think somehow you think my number is not enough to declare me the winner at the end of the day, you see, this guy by law shouldn't even be running. This is why disqualify him. They're asking for that. And after that, then let's have a rerun. The rerun of the entire election. Right? Something that should have happened. Okay? Instead of a rerun, you have a runoff before Mahmoud puts Nigeria in this old mess as we speak. Right? So, he's asking, I mean, these are the major 3 that I can, sort of remember, right? Atiku is asking that 25% in Abuja is not that important because by his own estimates, he wants Kolu disqualified. All right? Now, if Kolu is disqualified, he is second. By the number of votes already declared by INEC, he should be declared winner or they should go for a run of 2. So you see all of this and all of the evidence of that are not, presented. INEC only presented just one witness, just to show that probably they don't have anything to defend. They have nothing to prove. Yeah, they don't. That's how I see it. Because they were supposed to kind of use about 4 or 5 days, okay, to at least water down and sort of douse whatever evidence that Obi must have presented. But that means they only had just 2 hours. Peter Obi and his team, they have been in that court for over 2 weeks before they had that break. INEC came there for just 2 hours. And they brought this Pastor Bayode, who said the glitch should not or will not affect the results. So which means things are going back to that manual. Things are going to get to that stage whereby maybe they will have to ask INEC to manually recount all year and, I don't know. But it took them just 2 hours to say, we don't have anything to say then. Yeah, that's it. So from tomorrow, expectedly, we expect them to close whatever they have with Atiku as well. And, or maybe tomorrow, it will be the turn of Olanipekun, Tinubu's lawyer. And let me tell you this. In their own argument with Atiku, they presented what they claimed to be a certified copy of Tinubu's Chicago University certificate. Okay. And they said somebody inside the Chicago State University actually like signed it. And that evidence result, the real result of Tinubu has been presented to counter the parts where they said he forged, you know what I mean? Like, is he a man or, I mean, is he a girl or a boy when he enrolled in that university then, right? They also said there is a letter from the embassy, American embassy, that said Tinubu was not being investigated. So Olanipekun is coming with all of this, or has already submitted that in the case of Atifku. I mean, sorry, in the case with Atifku. And finally, the argument about the drug forfeiture. That Kolu forfeited 460,000 US dollars for heroin trafficking in the 90s. Yeah? His lawyers are coming to say, by law, by Nigerian law, okay, no, hang on. Number one, there was no court trial where Tinubu was on trial for heroin trafficking. They also said that the forfeited money, okay, wasn't for heroin. It was because he didn't pay tax. So they wanted to present that as well. All right. And finally, they also want to present, Olanipekun is going to tell the court that by Nigerian law, all right, if you get involved in any crime, apart from murder, if you get involved in any crime and you are convicted of that crime, after 10 years, you can run for office and run for political office in Nigeria. They are also presenting that. So according to them, the issue of forfeiture, the issue of heroin deals, the issue of forgery, certificate forgery, perjury, and all of that stuff, they believe that they will become inconsequential in this case. And that will start from tomorrow. But the EU may beg to disagree because their report is also creating some new level of angst where they captured what happened in this 2023 charade so perfectly well that Tinubu's government are accusing Murik, and some of them are accusing the EU of trying to destabilize Nigeria. Okay, I'm not going to read all the reports because it's about 92 pages, right? But do you know that in this EU report, we also made it to that report. I don't know if it's a good thing, though. Brethren, in the temple of truth, when this EU report was being piled and then compiled, rather, I didn't know that maybe some of them are also members of the temple of truth watching us. Or maybe some of you, or all of you, you have taken your teachings on this platform, this temple, you have taken them all over the place on the global square, Twitter square, Zuckerberg square, I mean, on social media. Guess what? In the EU report that indicted INEC, indicted the Tinubu and the APC, indicted the military, the police, indicted some media houses, okay? They didn't forget to mention, you know, the VAR, I mean, they call them the buzzwords, the popular words during the campaign. And guess what they said? They mentioned Atifku. That's my creation. I coined that. Tinubu, I coined that. So they said it became one of the most used words in your election, where people were calling Atiku, Atifku, where you were calling Tinubu, where the Agbadomites, they were calling obedient, obediot. All this came in their report to talk about how divided, how they used religion, ethnic, and all of that division to win election according to them. So it was biting, seriously. So I just stream through, I just show you. So it simply means that, the report may not really change anything. Okay. It may not really change much. It's not going to really change anything anyway. But here, right? So, their report of the general elections in Nigeria, 5th of February and 18th of March. They don't pay me. Well, I mean, they just mentioned how everybody, they tear themselves. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the final report, the table of content or something. I just go to some of the highlights. May you see them before we continue, okay? If you want to read it, see, now do you one favor, to those who might be interested in reading the reports. I'm not going to be reading everything, okay? Well, if you're interested in reading it, check the comments. I will leave the link in the comments. Take your time and read it, okay? And, I mean, they are not those who are going to validate what we already know, okay? But for the record, if nobody didn't win any election in Nigeria, and you should say that to your children again and again, it doesn't matter. If they tell you that, so what would that change? He's the president. Tell them Abacha became president too. Abacha was president too. Remember? Nobody elected him. Nobody voted for him. You remember? If he didn't die, today they would tell you he's a former president of Nigeria. Abi? And there are many like that. Nobody elected them. Same thing with Tinubu. And for those who put him there, I hope they will be able to sustain him in the long run anyway. So I'm going to go to some, you see, if you want to see where they mentioned the buzzword, go to the bottom of it. The bottom of the report. Like when you go to somewhere like, see, hang on. Page 80 something, I believe. Anyway, this is where they were highlighting, about the, the online presence of these candidates, how everything just like searched and all that, right? And then how the media covered these candidates, okay, in their campaigns and all that. Then they got to where, okay, hang on. I'm going to get you to that, where they started talking about the buzzwords. Yeah, this, okay. They were like, conversation. I'm sorry, hang on. Let me see where it started from. Derogatory language. They call our language derogatory. They said the below listed derogatory terms, some of which are based on ethnic sentiments, have been frequently used by various actors in online conversations. The EU EOM conducted analysis of their use on Twitter. On Twitter, analyzing 100 randomly selected messages, tweets containing the keyword for each of the 7 groups of words. The mentions tab highlight the mention tab highlights the number of times specific words were captured in Twitter. Twitter was fire anyway for that the election. So pigs or PD pigs or People's Pigs Party. All right. So used to refer to supporters of the PDP party by APC supporters. Aboki is an Hausa language used to refer to northerners in a condescending manner by other ethnic tribes. The word originally means friend. Right? And then Boko Haram, English. So a condescending reference to the people of the north, who are mostly Hausa, although the term is based on the name of a terrorist organization that also operates in parts of northern Nigeria. In this context, the term is used separately from that terrorist group. Atifku, English, a term used to refer to PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar, with major reference to the Atiku Gates scandal by APC supporters. They gave it to the APC supporters. That's not right. Anyway, APC supporters called him Atifku, right? Because APC supporters are also MaiyegunSdiary Politico scrapping. So Obidiot, English, a reference to Labour Party, Obi supporters by supporters from the opposition, used frequently by APC loyalists and supporters. Okay? Obingo, English. Bingo means Nigerian local dog breed. This used to refer to Labour Party, OB supporters by the PDP party members, supporters. Tifnumbu, English, a term used by supporters of the opposition parties to refer to Bola Ahmed Tinubu with reference to him being a drug lord. Anyway, you can read all of that. Then they also mentioned those who were sharing fake news. And guess those who popped up? So they said they used Tifnumbu 17,924 times, PDPix 565, Obingo 2,800, Obidiot 14,000. In these mentions, during the time of this election, then their numbers also grew up, like their followers. Atifku's follower grew by, by about 183,000 followers. Peter Obi's supporters grew by 754,000 followers. Tifnumbu's supporters grew by 260,000 followers. And then Kwakwansop followers on Twitter grew by over 98,000, right? Then they went on to, misusing, or let's say using hashtag, blah, 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 then fake news. That was when they mentioned For Food Kayode. Now, you see, For Food Kayode, who has become, I don't know what actually happened, but I mean, it was really, really horrible that For Food Kayode's name popped up among the people that are going to receive visa ban. Yeah, they mentioned him. He was inciting people. I mean, cocaine is a hell of drug. What did they call him? Cocaine is hell of a drug. Anyway, For Food Kayode, a former minister of aviation and an APC party member, made a claim on February 11, 2023, that the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar had a secret meeting with serving military generals in Abuja. He accused Atiku of wanting to incite chaos, provoke a coup d'etat, and establish a new and unconstitutional order. Kayode posted his claim across multiple social media platforms, and it garnered 281,000 total impression. The next day, he posted that the army denied reports about a meeting between its officers and Atiku. On the 12th of February, Festus Otobokeyamo, or fraudster Otobokeyamo, from APC, promoted information published by a suspicious website accusing Peter Obi of bribery. The story quickly became viral and was in few hours debunked. On March 3rd, 2023, a Twitter user, Vic Dubem, posted screenshot of a non-existent joint press statement from the EU and NDI/IRI election observation mission, dated 2nd March 2023, calling for the disqualification of Tinubu for gross electoral misconduct and demanding INEC chairman to step down and the election result to be reviewed or the election rerun. This was seen about 20,000 times, and despite being reported to Twitter, it remained active and became viral again after the 18th of March election day, further collecting views, reaching altogether almost 50,000 views. On Sunday, 19th of March, 2023, a plethora of social media pages congratulated Senator Aisha Binani, the APC female gubernatorial candidate, as she was said to have emerged as the first elected female governor before the official announcement of the winner by the electoral body, INEC. The elections were, however, inconclusive. The posts were shared multiple times, including by some reputable sources. And blah, 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 and the end. Anyway, if you have the time, please do. They highlighted a lot. I know you may not actually want to read, and about it, I want to read. But at least for academic purpose, please read. Please try. They are there for all of you, right? Let's continue. Meanwhile, I think I can take a quick break. We're almost an hour here. Now, if you are still there with me, please take a moment and like this broadcast. Okay, we are continuing in a moment. as wahala is about to, well, maybe not anyway. But again, I will be back. Okay, don't go anywhere. Just a minute.
Minority leader.
For still being there. Remember, take a moment, okay? Just a moment. Currently, we have over 2,500 of us on YouTube, and we also have over 400 of us on Facebook. So take a moment and just drop your offering, like the broadcast. Right. They are putting the team together. The team that will make the renewed Shege, a permanent one that you would have to learn how to get used to. By the way, I'm talking about the National Assembly. You see, the idea of checks and balances, or check and balancing, or whatever, in a democratic system is dead in Nigeria. I mean, I don't know if you still think it exists. It doesn't. Okay? So it's all about paddy. And since the writing, or should I say, yeah, the fixing of your election and those who are going to, who became the, should I say, the powerful principal officers in that National Assembly. It was like somebody actually drew all the old map for a purpose, and that purpose is about to be fulfilled. So today, okay, hang on, before we go to today. You know, before now, when Tinubu was putting together his campaign council, they had this argument, yeah? They said a lot of the APC, Egbekegbe leadership, they were surprised. They were reading about those who made Tinubu's presidential campaign list on social media like me and you. And it wasn't something that actually really got down well with them. Remember that, eh? Of course. Well, Tinubu has shown it to them again. Okay? He's the boss, he's the Lord, I mean, come on. What is the party? You have no idea that the death of AD, the same political party that brought Tinubu to prominence in 1999, the day that he was sworn in as the governor was the day they began the requirement for AD. In fact, it took a while before it finally died. Kolu will kill those who probably, you know, might want to flex muscle with him when it comes to what he calls party supremacy. He is the party, he is the supreme. And a lot of you will you'll get to know better. So yeah. The party Adamu came out and they said the leadership of the National Assembly, starting from the Senate President and the rest, which is Akpabiole, the announcement of those who will be the either majority leader, this one leader, that one leader, and this who is getting what, that they were not consulted. You have been reading about this, Abi. Bamidele is the Senate leader, okay? Devulu Mayi is the deputy Senate leader. Undume is Shena chief whip, then give her, be waiting, then give that one. And the one that opened close up on the right, I don't know his name. So that one is his deputy. Now, from the report after this announcement, which Akpabiole actually made, you know what? Chief whip and all of that. I'll show you. It's just a few seconds when Akpabiole made that announcement.
Minority leader. The Distinguished Senator Oyewumi Olalere, Deputy Minority Leader. The Distinguished Senator Darlington Wobocha, Minority Whip. The Distinguished Senator Rufai Hanga, Deputy Minority Whip. The leader, can you move them forward to take their seats? Minority leader.
So they met, Adamu and Kwa, they said, no. The party, APC, Egbekegbe, did not approve that list. Which list? I realize some of you never even realized what's on the enter. It's a matter of time. Just, give it time. You get used to it. They said that Tinubu's list. And therefore, it is not going to stand. I know saying just normal shakara and all of that too, because it's staying. But I can tell you something quickly, which you can say is unrelated. Of course, it is related. I'll tell you. Before now, you know, when they make those announcements, you have House leader, Senate, principal officers. Thank you. That's the right word. Principal officers. The principal officers are those that are going to be like in charge of the house. More use that, right? So principal officers are like the Senate president, deputy Senate president, which is the head and the deputy, right? Then you have the leader, Senate leader. That one is the leader. It's like the class captain, all right? Kind of, yeah? Or class rep, or I don't know. Leader, Senate leader. After them, then you have the chief whip, okay? You have Senate leader, deputy Senate leader, chief whip. Chief whip is like the disciplinary officer. Hey, sit down. Hey, protocol, that stuff. I don't know. Then you have deputy chief whip. Then you have a minority Senate leader. Then you have deputy minority. Then you have them like that, All of that thing is just to give you recognition that can give you a little bit of advantage over your colleagues. Okay? So when you get that, so people can come to you, all right, and lobby for committee chair. That's another juicy thing. That one is for everybody. Say the senators are just 109 people. 109 people. Now, you see those 109 people, they are gluttons, okay? Their own budget alone, that takes care of them alone, is over 200 billion naira a year. The entire National Assembly, what takes care of them in a year is over 400 billion. And they are less than 1,000 people. Now, they are less than 500 people, all of them, reps and all that. So what they will now do, where business begin, all right, is that committee. So this committee, you see committee on finance, committee on aviation, committee on agriculture, committee on women affairs, committee on budget, committee on planning, committee on this and that. So inside that committee, you see those 109 people, they will have like 40 committees. Here you get. Now from that 40 committees, guaranteed 80 of them are going to be head of those committees, 80. And in that committee, they will have like about maybe 8-9 people. Their job is this. Every time they want to discuss anything, for example, they say anything to discuss anything that has to do with works, construction, okay? So it means when the Ministry of Works says they are writing budgets on what they want to spend on construction this coming year, they will take it to this committee. So this committee will scrutinize that budget. They will now use their own discretion to say, why do you want to spend 100 naira to build 1,000 kilometers of road when you can just spend 100,000 naira to build that? Excuse me. No, we want to spend 100 naira. 100 naira is, well, that's nonsense. Let's make it a 1,000 naira then times 10. It is called budget padding. So that's how they fight. They fight for committees, committee membership. Because they're there, go. Not lawmaking, all those lawmaking, not drama, not their business, they go. Same thing within the House of Reps and the rest of them. So within them, these guys are contributing to the looting, depletion of over 800 to 1 trillion, 800 billion to 1 trillion naira of your money. Apart from them being fat-fed for being these lawmakers, they are also cankerworms. They are like, what do they call those? Paripa. We have something called paripa in Ijebu. Now, termites. Termites. Termites that will, termites will not leave until they turn everything to dust. That's exactly what these guys are. They are everywhere inflating this budget here and there. And every year, some of them are billionaires. Here you get. So, but the difference here is this. Why am I telling you all of this? Despite this whole nonsense, they still fight. You think they are fighting for you. No, I have never seen them fight for anybody but themselves. But this one is going to be very different. You are likely not going to hear them fight at all. Shima, I'll tell you why. If their court in Nigeria failed to remove Tinubu, and Tinubu continue as your president, I can tell you this. Now only death go stop Tinubu from being your president for 80 years. It doesn't need your election. Know that. Okay? This is like a proper state capture. If your court no remove them by this end of this year, prepare yourself. Now only death. Shey you hear me? Death go remove them from spending. In fact, he will even attempt to change things. By the time he is done with you, by the time they are done with Nigeria, a lot of you may not actually take that 8 years. I'm just saying, literally, okay? Because we are talking about Tinubu. We are not talking about Bokwari. You know Bokwari said na madman. You see this particular one, the way they have done it, I'll tell you. PDP members who are supposed to be like normal, now them be the second majority in that National Assembly. Aba, the PDP that is so divided that today 5 states, 5 governors, G5, have a stake inside Tinubu's government with a Wike and co. And they have senators, they have reps too who are there working for them, their boys. So the arrangement is, once we settle this thing for inside, everybody collecting one share. There is no point in fighting or arguing. Anything where Tinubu wanting go get. And Tinubu is somebody who will be like the normal drug lord, okay? Now deal. Well, what do you want? They will give you. That thing will cost us like 500 billion. No. Don't just mention it. As long as you deliver. The problem is if they give you that money and you fail, or you think you want to scam them, or you think you want to outsmart them, they will kill you. That's Tinubu style. Not the way you want. That's why he will always have, he believe he will always get whatever he wants. Because everybody has a price. He knows that, and he doesn't hold back when it comes to that. So they go show you, now the money be this, now the gun will go kill you be this if you fail. Sure, you understand? So, as it is, with a Wiki and Co, the deal they struck with Tinubu is that as long as he provides them the safety, the immunity, and all of that, anything we want, anybody we want tackle them inside the National Assembly, now them go deal with them. Tinubu doesn't have to raise any eyebrow. If they say somebody is trying to make any, it's not that senator so and so is making a problem, and they say, who is he? What does he want? He doesn't want anything. He's adamant. Senator Kiniko will just go missing. Breaking news. Senator Ankpa, committed suicide. Waiting happen. Waiting day. He get mental problem. He don't kill himself. Now, I am not, don't think I am actually trying to make things up in a way to make you, no, I know what I'm saying. I told you, when people said, you see that Shetima is a dangerous man. You see that man, he's always smiling. He's probably planning and waiting for Kolu to say, these people are dangerous. So Maiyegun, I said, I wish you actually understand something. If there's any dangerous man right now in Nigeria, the most dangerous man in Nigeria right now, it is Tinubu. You will find out later. A lot of us will find out later. You will find out why. Despite how much Lagosians claim to be so exposed, they are this and that, the real Lagosians are not this Iragbiji and his gango. You will go and understand why and how, despite the sophistry of Lagosians, these Iragbiji descendants, they head everybody down till tomorrow. They will wish we will fight back. We have to take back our Lagos. You will find out soon. I told you, I said, see, if you know Tinubu very well, what is wrong? Before everybody could say they're having problem with their deputies and all of that when this democracy started, Tinubu, they change deputy governors, like specifically they change in a sanitary pad. They just find something and they go all org. Who told you that Shetima no fit go missing? Who told you that Shetima himself, you know what I mean? You are dealing with somebody that even Shetima go no say, terrorists get class. This one's not drug lord. They don't deal. So if you won't come with your brute and all of that, you are dealing with somebody, right, that is more dangerous than how many of you will give him the credit for. So if the court won't stop him, you better get ready. I just thought I should say it to you, all right? Because you are about to learn why Lagos is in his pockets, despite every 4 years outcry. You are about to figure it out. I know say Lagos no be Nigeria. Nigeria no be Lagos, so sure you get. But when you have somebody who has done his, he has done his plan, he's made his plan so well that he doesn't deal with people and say, go and help me. When he wanted to deal with the court, they called the Supreme Court, they called your Chief Justice of Nigeria to London. Abi, when he was told of this technology of INEC for election, they said, we need to get this and that and get them on our side. We need to get some people who are good with and he told them, he said, why do I need to get all those people when I can get the head of the INEC, Congo? Why do I need anybody? Why do I need any expert anywhere when I can actually get the person who is the head of INEC? And that's exactly what happened. So you get, I'm only giving you all of this so that when you are talking about Tinubu, I want you to remember that the Tinubu, the the Lagos landlord that you know or knew is not the same Tinubu that is parading himself as the president of Nigeria now. And if you think they are same, you will find out soon. Pray that their court stops him. I know they won't or they can't. Are you there? So yeah, that's on the side. To every one of you to know that the National Assembly that you believe is so compromised, this time around, they've written the whole script. If Akpabiole miss Yan mistakenly, Akpabiole serve na veteran, abi, in be former governor, in be former minister, in be former senator, in don't date the whole system, abi, so he know the rules. So he himself no be smart in abi. Well, you will figure it out that if they have to start removing your speakers and removing your this and that, if they fail to follow whatever he says to them or whatever he wants, then you begin to know that we are talking about the same Tinubu, the one. So yeah, it is what it is right now. They've given themselves a pay rise. They are continuing with the plan of, welcoming anything Tinubu want to ask for. The leadership of the house is all set and settled. So the committee and all of that they want to share as well, they will share all of that. And then the reign will start. And what is that? It's going to be the reign of your renewed shege. I don't know how to put it, but remember that. And this is just an extra. We heard that the total money coming from the World Bank and another set of, lender is that you get 500 million from the EU. You will get $800 million. $500 million from the EU, $800 million from the World Bank. That is 1.3 trillion. So 1.3 billion dollars. And guess what this money is meant for? They said they want to use it to augment or cushion the effects of a subsidy removal. I hope you get yours. I don't know how much they'll give to you, but the money is already with them and it's a loan. So within a month, Tinubu and his gang, they've already, that's the one they have announced though. We don't know how much Emefiole is already printing for them. All right. And yeah, they've already started their own borrowing. You can add it. If Nigeria is in debt of over 100 billion US dollars today, Naira is in tatters and all that, and the borrowing continues. They want to widen the tax net, reduce the purchasing power of the people. All of this old madness, it is starting. And those who will solidify them are already waiting for Kolu's budget, supplementary budget, this and that. And to make you feel happy, in the next few days, Kolu may announce his ministers. Say, since the National Assembly have already nominated their leadership, this leadership that I be, okay, I'm sending the ministers to you. And guess what? Your favorite politicians, they will become politicians. So they will become ministers designate. And a lot of you will begin to say, yes, I trust that one. I know that one will do an excellent job. I know, like you did under Bokwari. And in all of this, within a month or two, everybody will settle down to the reality I am trying to paint now. Again, I hope you get saved before it actually gets completely out of, I got this, and this was Mahmoud calling an emergency meeting with all the state recs, resident electoral commissioners across Nigeria. I don't know what he's telling them, whatever that is, right? Let's have it on record that they met quickly. Yakubu meeting with I got this video, but I kind of forgot to put that up. So I'll just brief you. You know that guy called Yerima? I think it was Zamfara. I'm going to go look at him. Yerima. Tell me, was this Zamfara governor or Nasarawa then? Because I want to make sure that I have the right one before I start using it in this context. You remember Yerima? The guy who started Sharia. Well, the guy is back. He is back. The guy started Sharia in order to promote Islamic ethics, good way of life, stop corruption. I mean, do good and all that kind of thing, right? Guess what? The madman ended up being the terrorist sponsor, the most lunatic thief that ever ruled any state in Nigeria. And when I say lunatic, I mean lunatic. I can't describe all the lunacy. I can give you I can give you some tips. Somebody who claimed to be an Islamic faithful, blah, blah, blah nonsense, was a pedophile. He was boldly, publicly came out to say he was marrying a 12-year-old girl. If you remember that, well, she wasn't Nigerian. I think they went to Egypt to pick a girl, 12 years or 13 years, and he married her. Right, he did. Raping young girls in the name of religion, Abi, but being righteous at the same time, stealing the public fund. He left Zamfara, so poor that the only thing Zamfara had at the time was the bragging about Sharia, and then some little terrorists parading themselves as faithful Islamic, abhorrent, I believe, Islamic right, whatever. He ended up in EFCC drag net. Then somehow, he disappeared. That was it. This was years ago. He didn't disappear. He's a member of APC. The guy don't come out. He came out yesterday. Asari Dokubo was the one you said you felt kind of raging. How dare Asari be talking inside the ass old rock? Asari is condemning the Nigerian military, accusing them of this and that. You were raging. I know. I wish I have this video of, I'm going to go look for it too. I'm going to look for it and I'm going to play you that video. Right? This guy came out and he said, President Tinubu should call all the terrorist head in Nigeria, especially in northern Nigeria, Boko Haram, Fulani terrorists. He said Tinubu should call them to roundtable talk so that they can find peace, a peace around what is going on in northern Nigeria, that Tinubu should not tell the military to shoot or kill them. It's not going to work. Okay? It's just going to embolden them more. Here you get. And this guy was there telling them, giving them that, oh, I'm so sorry I didn't have that video right now. I wish I just have that and I could have used some of his words against him. I'll go look for it. You should make sure you don't go anywhere, okay? But there is also something I want to tell you. You see, when we were talking about Dangote refinery, a fraud, quota system billionaire, and I said, if Nigeria as a country, okay, with other nations within that same, what they call the contraption country, all right, where equality, fairness, and justice, Charade, where justice, sharing, I'll be waiting, where unity and what the fuck, right? Oh, anyway, if everything was fair to everyone, Dangote, I mean, you could have produced times 10 or more, or times 100 of Dangotes. that are actually contributing, even if they are capitalists, okay? Even if they are friends of government, but they have services that are indeed serving Nigerians because they are Nigerian products. Dangote doesn't serve anybody in Nigeria. In Nigeria, it doesn't serve Nigerians, including his friends that are using Nigeria money to fund him. We're like the bad guys. Oh, now we be the bad people. Bad belle, Maiyegun, bad belle. You just hate this. You are a bad belle. Dangote is the richest African man. Dangote is a quota system billionaire. Then we came out, we said, Nigeria couldn't build a refinery. Wow. But Dangote could. Dangote has the money, or he has the credit to go abroad and take money and build refinery. Only for the same refinery to be the reason why Nigeria has no refinery. Yeah, I mean, Bokwari said he was going to give you one refinery every year. If they fulfill that promise, by now, Nigeria will have 8 functional refineries, brand new refineries. They didn't do that. So they started cutting ribbon. We are waiting for Dangote refinery. Dangote refinery. We didn't know that Nigeria actually, Nigeria gave Dangote over $9 billion, facilitated another extra $4 billion. Now, all this money came in the name of Nigeria as the guarantor. Baba, Dangote never pumped, Dangote never refined one cup of crude oil, diesel or petrol or kerosene. Sure you get. The day they want to go and open Dangote refinery, because Bokwari needed something to say it just gave Nigeria something. We should be proud. It's a pride of Africa. It's a pride of Nigeria. I am so proud to be a Nigerian. All this nonsense you told yourselves. Maiyegun, can't you see anything good in Nigeria? Why are you not seeing anything good? You want me to kind of help you punish lies? Lies that don't even last. Where's the refinery? Idea in Lagos is already almost completed. If you see this weary, that one will tell you it's 75% completed. If you see this another Olori Bruku, it will tell you it is 90% completed. If you see this another madman, it will tell you, say, now only 35%. Who will go believe now? Bokwari and his gang, they decided that since Bokwari couldn't repair the Nigerian refineries he met, couldn't build another one. The giant of Africa couldn't build or manage a refinery, even though it's the biggest oil producer on the continent. The shame was so much, but we are dealing with shameless people. And you can never shame the shameless people, Baba. They were all out. This is a fraud. No refinery is completed. Follow the whole story. If you follow the whole story very well, you realize that Dangote is not even near anything refining petrol in Nigeria. He never even reached. You there, Maiyegun? Are you there? We alone share. We have been following the lies, ladies and gentlemen, since 2012. A lot of you may not believe or may not remember that it was Goodluck Egbere Jolantan that first cut him his first check. I don't remember how much, but I remember Goodluck Egbere Jolantan's government standing surety that these European lenders could give Dangote $3.5 billion because he was going to build a refinery. Wow. Once Dangote starts building the refinery, it's going to be completed by 2018. That was the plan. So Central Bank of Nigeria, the government of Nigeria, they stood shorty that Dangote should go and take 3.5 billion. How much is going to be your refinery? They said it was going to be about 9 billion. Later, it increased to 10 billion. Later, they said, oh, it's going to cost them 12 billion. Later, they said, no, it's going to cost them 18 billion. Today, they are saying the refinery is worth $21 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, right? Funding. When Jonathan lost, Bokwari and his gang, being the new petroleum minister, they renegotiated their deal. Do you want us to fund you? What's going to be our share? It's going to be our own for there. NNPC share. Are you with me? So they renegotiated only for us to hear that Central Bank of Nigeria and government of Nigeria, they help facilitate over $9 billion for Dangote refinery. And Emefiole, that we don't even know where he is right now. We don't know where they lock him up at. DSS dungeon, Abi? You think so? Anyway, Emefiole came out and he said, Dangote has paid back 70% of the money they borrowed him. Ha! You are writing off 70%, billions of dollars. Hey! So what are you going to get in return? Shares in Dangote refinery. Who are the shareholders of Dangote refineries? How much money did he raise? From where and where? Tell us. Shut up your mouth. Why are you interested in that? It's because you just don't like Nigeria. It's because you hate Nigeria. Why are you asking that question? Let us be happy. We are going to have a refinery. No, you are not. No, you are not having a refinery. Not anytime soon. No. I told you. They said, but the refinery is going to start in July. July, we are in July. Or there. I'm talking about, 2 months ago, when Bokwari went to go and commission a refinery that is actually like, let us be positive. This is going to crash the price of petrol in Nigeria. Is that what they told you? And you believe them? Then they came back with a package. They said, Dangote refinery in Ko, it will not be buying the Nigeria crude oil in dollars. What the bereo? Quota system billionaire. You don't go make another arrangement. Nigeria depend on Forex. It is the money Nigeria make from crude oil that they use in building Lagos, build some of your cities, run some of your states as we speak right now, as bad as it is. So. Now, when the money pafuka under Bokwari, everybody enter poverty beyond anything. Salary, they no fit pay. Pension, they no fit pay. People will no want pay before. Money no come easily again. From crude oil, So, Bokwari and gang go make a deal with Dangote that Nigeria crude oil will be sold they will be sold in Naira. Under what economic arrangement is that? Because Dangote refinery will be refining 600,000 barrels a day. Wow, that's massive. 600,000. So how much you go sell the barrel? Nigeria will determine that. Quota system. Quota system. A barrel of crude oil is about $100. $100 in Nigeria is over 70,000 naira. We don't go to buy a barrel of crude oil at a barrel of crude oil at 75,000 naira to be equivalent of would he? No, he won't. It's a lie. You know that, Abi? He won't even pay. Now, Dangote go they pay 75,000 naira times 600,000 barrels that they will be giving to him every day. How much is that? How much he go hold you? They say they ask too much question, my brother. They have done everything perfectly. You both sign. This one sign. Consortium. This blah blah blah. Say Then it didn't last long. They said, Dangote refinery is not a charity. Don't think say Dangote refinery is not going to make petrol cheap. Now you build the refinery for them. Now your money. But you don't know. Or you don't care. Subsidy is removed because of who? And who is going to get the subsidy paid? Because you don't want to buy petrol at 800 naira per liter or 1,000 naira per liter, Abi. Same people will go open refinery. Do all the FFA, Do all of the thank you, God, though. Nigeria will be great. It will be great one day. Inshallah. And all the nonsense you told yourself. You didn't know that what they actually went to do with Dangote was to go and give him the import license. About me, I never said anything like this before. They removed subsidy. Bokwari was planning to remove subsidy. The same Bokwari gave the petroleum import license to a company that is linked to Dangote refinery. You remove subsidy. NNPC, now then they pay subsidy. We don't know who they pay the subsidy to. But when they are coming and rounding it up, they gave the license to import petrol into Nigeria, to Dangote Consortium. So what happened to our refinery? Refinery, well, Nishisha money, what happened? When are we going to be turning on the tap and we'll be pumping Dangote petrol? No, there is not going to be Dangote petrol anytime soon. You know why? Because they are lying to you. as you are watching this video, right? These guys no get job again. Trust me, they are no longer there. But they sent us this from inside the completed Dangote refinery that all of you are waiting, inshallah, to start pumping petrol, diesel in July. This
go day and for Dangote refinery, then they walk. That place where they say work don't finish. See they see am.
Na lie.
Work never finish.
Na lie. Work never finish. Na lie. Nigeria na scam. See am. Now.
This go day and for Dangote refinery, then they walk. That place where they say work don't finish. See they see am.
Na lie.
Work never finish.
Na lie. Work never finish. Na lie. Nigeria na scam. See am. Now.
This go day.
Adieu, brothers. God will give you another job, because I know, say, you know, it's so easy. Once they get to Dangote refinery and they just show them that video and say, who be this? We just say, good morning, sir. How is the family? Yeah. I know, say, you have already sacked me. I know, say, I don't get job for you anymore. I just want to say, thank you, sir. And you just walk away. They haven't sacked you, you just walk away and say, oh, I don't get job again. Say, who is in this video? Is that you? Say, who is in this video? Is that you? And you're like that. Yeah? I say, it's me, sir. Who is the other person? Now my colleague. Take it. Sir, it's all right. You don't need to say anything. Bye-bye. But they actually told you the truth. And those are like Bafo, the laundrymen. They are already on social media explaining. Now you see, a refinery is completed. Doesn't mean that there cannot be other work going on another part of the refinery, because it may be in Bawiri. I was reading all of that on social media. Imagine me reading somebody who is explaining that that's not anything new. You know, that's not anything new. I mean, like, you know, they can be building others. Say, ni July. Oh, ni Kure. Continue. Continue. I just thought I should point that out. I wanted to show you this Yerima video. But the video not day easy. I don't talk so much that I'm gonna need to take a break to put that up. Then I'm gonna start talking again. But you know what? I'll show you some other time. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna take a break and go and make myself another cup of tea. Now when I get back, for those who are still going to be here, I will take calls. That is when you can call in and tell me what you think about tonight, or about last night, or any night at all. Don't go anywhere. I will be back. All right? But please do me one favor. We are currently over 30,000 of us on YouTube. I love mentioning that. It feels good, right? It feels good. Over 30,000 of us on YouTube. Please take that our offering. Take it to at least over 1,000. We are close. We've got over 900 of us who have dropped their offerings. Pick up the phone. I will be back.
Continue. 70 years old man. Charade.
Jesus is Lord.
Continue. 70 years old man.
Jesus is Lord.
Continue. 70 years old man.
Jesus is Lord.
Continue. 70 years old man.
I'm so sorry. That probably took longer. So yeah, I'm gonna take 1 or 2 calls tonight, and that could be yours if you dial that number. The number is on your screen. I have oh dear, just lost that. The caller there. Anyway, thank you very much to all of you who was kind of who have liked the broadcast, which is engaged with the broadcast, which I so much appreciate. Now, when it comes to the line, you should try the WhatsApp call, and the number is right there on your screen, like I said. All right, so give me a sec. I'm going to put something up before we continue. Bear with me. Let's start again. Okay, I am coming back to continue taking the calls. Okay, please.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and the other thing. Take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, agbado, corn, and the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption. For over 5 million army of boot camps. We create our food. Abi, that's money for the farmers. That's consumption for the soldiers and skill development. Don't call them illiterate. Don't talk about illiteracy. Anybody who can own gun, who can handle gun, who can cock gun and clean the chamber and cock and shoot is technically competent to repair a tractor in the farm.
You get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it.
If you don't get it, forget about it. Okay. Thank you so much. I've had 1 or 2 calls I missed right there when I was trying to put something up. That's me trying to multitask as well. No, my line is still very much open. So if I took your call and then a drop off earlier, I think you should keep trying and you can still get in. And I'm also, I need to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, especially on this Temple of Truth. Sorry, my caller, if you won't mind, please stay on the line for me for a second, okay? I will connect you. Just a moment, sir. Oma. So you remember Corporal Martins Idakpani? I know a lot of you know that he's been released by the Nigerian army. Remember him? Of course you do. So I spoke with him today, and he's been discharged from the military. They said they are discharging him because he couldn't continue with them anymore. Now I have told him that he should kind of relax for now, and I will bring him on to MaiyegunSDiary Politico because he was so thankful. Thank you so much to all the members of the temple, your support, financial, moral, and all of that. I mean, people actually took up their case from this platform. They took it beyond this platform. They took it more or less like, supporting them beyond this platform. And they love that. He loved that and appreciate that too. So he's going to probably join us this weekend. But I need to give you a heads up. I start for that anyway, yeah? So thank you so much. I have a caller. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Baba. Hello, sir.
First time caller from the US.
Oh, brilliant. And you are calling directly. You know you are calling the mobile. Is that all right?
Yes, Baba.
All right then.
I just make a try. I don't try since 30 years.
You just try to call directly and DI. Okay. Brilliant for that, sir. So, yeah. How are you?
I'm fine, Baba.
Lovely.
That contraption called Nigeria can't work. I don't know why people still believe or have hope that things will work out. To never work. Everybody, we just need to embrace regional system of government and break that contraption up.
At least.
Because it's not working. They lying to us. There's a quota system that some people are benefiting from. If you are not from the north, you can't get admission easy. Somebody in the southwest gets 100 and maybe 50 in jump, and somebody in the north that gets 30 got admission first. It don't make no sense. I don't know why people still keep believing in that country, Nigeria. We need to break that country up by whatever means. It doesn't have to be violent. But every country in this world where things are working, people have to sacrifice.
Yes.
We need to sacrifice. But they keep telling you, because you live abroad, that's why you're telling us to go and fight. My brother, if you don't fight, I've already escaped from the contraption. I'm only saying this to help you people who are still back there. We living abroad, we could mind our business and just continue living our life. With the special grace of God, little money we are making, we can still send help our family members back home. But everybody's just agitating and speaking up because we want the country to work. So we have a lot of people who got brains that can come back and manage Nigeria. For instance, the man managing Heathrow Airport is a Nigerian man.
That's right.
And they keep lying to us. I don't know why people keep believing what's going on in Nigeria. But that is not going to work.
I mean,
don't they reach boiling point? Don't they reach boiling point?
Thanks a lot, Baba. We are all in it together, even if those who are more affected are excusing, their way out of this. A lot of us probably will know that all of us go stitch up the breakfast. Somehow, some will kind of get it before others. But like you said, Baba, if Nigeria is working, it's going to be to the benefit of everybody. And when now that is not, I hope I hope we all agree to do something soon, very soon. Thanks a lot.
Very soon. Sorry, I didn't say my name. My name is Jude, calling from New Jersey.
Brilliant, Baba, from NJ. Have a good one, sir.
Thank you.
So a lot of people who are watching from outside Nigeria, a lot of you will be wondering, why are they so concerned? Of course, we are concerned. We have our own families there too. The people we love and care for. And they are potential victims of all of this, like some of you watching too. But I'll take this. I have another caller. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, ma.
I was my call today because I tried several times yesterday.
I'm glad that you actually called in tonight. How are you, ma?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thanks.
How's your family? Thank you. Thank you for everything. We won't stop saying thank you. Like what we were discussing yesterday, like all these things, I was like, there's something that is really upsetting. When you talk to some so-called hellies back home, the one you assume they are educated, yeah.
Supposedly,
yes, I'm telling you, those people, they can't cease amazes me because the way they talk, I now realize that these people, they are so selfish. It's only because of what they're going to get from that government. They don't care about others. They know that when they see the way the country is going, because they believe they are at the top, you understand? Whatever they want to get, they will get it. You know? So they don't really care about anybody. When you talk to them, the way they talk,
it's like unconcerned.
They don't. It's not like they don't bother. They're not concerned. They just like whatever. That the things, anything is good to be going this way. At least when you go to Kiniko, in Nigeria, it's so easy to make money because when you go into to this, if you can sleep tonight without money. Tomorrow you can wake up and be a billionaire the next day. So they don't really have. I don't think if I say they don't have sense,
if
they
you
don't.
Are poor, is your fault. So don't blame anybody.
Exactly.
So
don't blame anybody.
Look at us now. I was poor. Now I'm better. That is because I tried to work hard. So if you are poor, it's because you are lazy.
Yeah, that's your business, and they don't even care.
They don't.
You know. So this thing is really, really. Nigeria, we should know this country is not working, and to me, it cannot work. Everything that is going on there, is like everything is just upside down. There's nothing like they're saying Tinubu. See everything. Tinubu is now like governing Nigeria like is here. Look at all the taxes. Can we compare the Western world with Nigeria? What they provide for them here, the government back home, did they provide it for the masses there? Is there any provision? Did they put them into consideration at all? You were playing because I have to be like, hurry now. You played some audio yesterday.
Yeah, those voice.
Did you hear what? Imagine one was saying, what is the masses? What do they need petrol for? Just imagine that. These are the people that are like feeding Tinubu. These are the people that are supporting him. And the other one, did you hear what is the nonsense the man was speaking, coming out from his mouth? So the country, but the thing is, all the people back home, I don't know where they are going to get fed up. I don't know where they will be fed up. I don't know how they're coping, and they're still going like mumu, like animals. As if they don't even think they have life.
Their own, or they can't have the mind of
they don't have life. They don't even they just put themselves like they don't have life at all. Whatever they're pushing them, whatever that is happening, they just keep going with suffering, smiling, do this, and they just everything cruise. And when they die, boom. So I don't know.
Thank you so much.
Maiyegun. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you.
And you too.
Bye.
Stay safe, ma'am. So let me take another one. Oh, I've got this fly disturbing me here. Anyway, I have another caller. Hello there. I hate summer sometimes, right? Summer is kind of, it's good, lovely. But that's when you see all these flies. They just, once they get trapped in your room or in your house, it's going to be like war to get them out, right? I'm going to get that one out. Can you hear me, by the way? You still there? Right. I think the connection is messed up. Let me take another. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm so happy. I've been trying for years. I would say like 2 years now. Wow. But tonight I just like, let me try. And I would say I'm very, 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 very happy.
I know. I'm happy. I'm happy that you are happy and you are calling in too. Thank you. Baba.
Yeah. My name is, I'll go by Jojo. I don't want to say my full name. Just Jojo. I will go by Jojo. Yeah. I'm calling from Lagos. And the truth is this, I'll just say that you are doing a wonderful job. And God will continue to bless you.
Amen.
And every Maiyegun general, everybody on the platform, I pray God should continue to bless all of us.
Amen.
One thing I want to say is this. Nigeria is a scam. We all know it's a scam. But in Kokonchele, Maiyegun, surely, what the banner they pay, I always engage people every time I go out. At times, I will go public transport, and I will try to listen to what they are saying. You see, these politicians, they are so wise. They won't talk to the knowledgeable people. They go to the grassroots. They will feed them with lies. I was talking, and one woman was saying, ṣé wọ́n gbádùn Nàìjíríà ó ní orí ìta ló ti máa dá mo ní kò ní dá lórí títí yín tó ṣe máa sọ tó ṣe and that is the truth but nobody I engage with so many people even to the pastors and I said something last week I said ṣẹlẹgbò tọrọ ṣẹlẹ pastor àtọwọn yàfa that's the number one problem of Nigeria.
I agree.
They cannot speak truth to power. They will tell us to open Elijah, open to the book of Elijah, open to the book of Samuel. Elijah, they spoke. Why can't all these same pastors, why can't they say the truth? Can government to fair paying?
You get my point. You as if your own congregation will just look away.
You get my point. Sometimes I'll just think and kind of like shut on what people shut why Yahweh at the pastor at the GO. You get my point. And they won't tell their congregation the truth. I was telling, okay, Kani Baba on a Sunday, to preach about bad governance. Keep state government. Abi state government. Go nipoki affect church. Church will need it.
Expectedly, they will react now because they are Nigerians. They are those who are the victims.
Because they are the problem of this country. Take them. Politicians, they have one-on-one communication with them
all the time.
All the time, and they will never speak the truth. A pastor will have 4 private jets. Fellow minister, Nibu. So Nigeria, let me just don't take too much people's time. Because I've worked with them one-on-one.
Jojo.
And they work with this. Politicians they like the you're honorable sir. Wale. Hello, need to hear of 100,000. Politician like I
swear, Baba, I experienced the same thing with my people in Ogun State. You get like people are so poor that Baba, the level of official and what they are giving to them. I'm like, oh my God.
The current NTOFIJ leaders and the majority leader, I've worked with them one-on-one. That was I had to just decode my name. They understand. But that is just the truth. Baba, let me give some.
Let me just give someone else. I mean, I think our new line is going to welcome more people than the old one. I'm kind of positive because you know what happened to my old line, yeah? I've had that for a while, okay, but it just died. The phone just died. It just failed to come back on, like die. I was like, okay, rest in peace. But this one is working sharply.
I think you should just
very
sharply. I think you should just record the number again for some people to have the number because I'm not sure almost everybody have the number.
Well, it's quite on the screen. Jojo, thank you so much. Okay, you should have a good one, Baba. Yeah, nice one. So it's true. The number is on the screen. If you see this scrolling. That bottom scrolling text, you will see the number at the end of it, okay? And it is, Marcian, I think it is +44 77 no, hang on, I don't know. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hey, Baba, how are you, sir?
I can hear you. Maiyegun General.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please, I am first call. I am the first year that I'm first time caller, lady.
I love this. Go on, sir.
I've been watching your program for many years, but you know, talking about Nigeria get me depressed. I don't normally talk about Nigeria.
I know.
Honestly, you get me. But I really thank God for one thing, for living in that country. Yes, for living in that country alone. Is one thing I am thankful to God to, that I live. But let me tell you one thing, you know, when you stay too long with pigs, it won't be too long, you start to smell like one.
Right.
That's how it is. When you stay too long with pigs, it won't be too long, you start to smell like what?
Wow.
That's what happened in Nigeria. When you stay too long there, no matter who you are, no matter the church you go, no matter who you are, you start to follow up what is happening there. That is the fact.
No wonder people said, people said those who try to go and change Nigeria, the system ended up changing them. Even worse than
that is true.
You know what I mean? So that's true. Wow.
That is true. That is true. Let me just give you let me tell you one thing before I leave.
Please.
A friend of mine traveled home and he boarded the bus. Are you hearing me?
I'm with you, sir.
Yeah, he boarded the bus. No, this commuter, this Sienna or whatever, public transport. And on the way to where they are going, the tire punctured. And everybody got angry. And, they are asking the driver, where is the spare tire? And you just fix it and let's go. And do you know what happened? There was no spare tire. There was no spare tire.
I'm not surprised.
And the people,
what?
And the people start talking to the driver, where you don't have spare tire. Do you know some people in the bus start to defend the driver? They start to defend the driver. The driver doesn't have spare tire, and the people are talking to driver, and some people in the bus defending him. You know Nigeria. What do you want him to do? Is it his fault?
You're going to kill him. He doesn't have spare tire. He doesn't have spare tire. So are you going to kill him?
Jesus Christ! What is happening in this country? And luckily, these people, they saw Okada, and the Okada took them where they go and charter a bus and another bus and another. The funny thing there, when they were offloading their things in another bus they have chartered, those people that were supporting the driver want to join them. They say, no, you can't join me. Yes, you can't join me with this car. You have to wait for the driver to twist the tire before you go. I tell you, things are happening in that country. It's just God that will help us.
Amen. Thank you so much.
It's just God that will help us. I just want to just talk how I can, because talking much about this country, it makes me depressed. I don't really talk about it.
It's one alternative to that is sharing. Okay. I mean, thinking about Nigeria is depressing. I agree. Okay. But at the same time, when you have a chance of it, which shouldn't be all the time, when you have the chance, share with other people, it kind of help, I believe. But thanks for sharing.
Maiyegun, let me just finish with this.
All right, sir.
75% of people that left Nigeria, their plan is just to come back here and waking up and go back. But when you look back, the country you left is getting worse and worse every day. Where do you even going to step your feet when you go there? What are you going to start with? Where are you going to start with? The country that you so much love, and you just come out and say, God help me, let me just quicken up myself and set up some things and go back. And you are watching this country and it's burning. And you fold your hand and then you don't know what to do. It's sad. It's sad.
I know. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Good night. Good night, everybody. My name is AGK. My name is AGK.
God bless you.
I'm calling from Sweden.
God bless you, sir. Stay safe, okay?
Yeah. Good night. Good
night to you too. It's a pleasure hearing from him. I love that. AGK from Sweden. But I kind of just had a caller now. I don't know if are you there? Hello.
Yeah. Mr. Maiyegun.
Yes, sir. Brilliant.
Good evening, Baba.
I've lost you. How are you, sir?
No, I'm here. Baba, it's like say you need to write prophecy, as those Jews they do. Every crossover.
Yeah, but I mean, it's gonna be like a guesswork. We do better than that, don't we, Baba? Like, we are able to make it so easy that a lot of people, ordinary people, can put together what is going on in Nigeria and predict what's going to happen. And it will be so close, so near.
All the
I get your dream. I get your dream.
All the prophecy don't come to pass. You know what those people when the Nigeria they do now, you say, some of them, when the election they around, they tell them, call no go fit do anything. This is another Escobar. Obama tell all social media. Pretend. You know, I was telling them that, can you not even read? You guys are saying Obi is not good, but you don't have one particular thing to say about Obi.
Not really.
They don't have any particular one thing to say. But the thing now is that all of them are saying, or what in bound. Our policy
imagine the same people saying they agree with you that I should have come up with a palliative, something like, you know what I mean? Okay, they are saying that they are struggling, they are suffering it right now, yeah. But they are saying they agree, they are normal, their subsidy must go. Or they prefer if to say Tinubu also have a plan for them. You say, but it didn't have any plan for you. They find it so difficult to believe that they have no plan for them. So they still open that, no, there must be something. Did you hear that guy yesterday saying that people go to people's houses to beg for food? And that's palliative from government. Did you hear that?
Imagine. Yeah, I hear that now. Imagine. They are saying that. The bottom line now is that they don't have where to turn to now. We that we are here, that they say they are telling to shut up with, Sinile o Mokoton law. It is we now that they are not trying to persuade and petrol yanking. All the stories, they are not telling you to know what is going on. So because they are trying to persuade us, you know, to make attitude opinion at the Maiyegun so would it push me prophet is
you know, it's just see, Baba, Mo do it this way, right? You did deceive me, Rabbi. I can't dare angry. I say, why are you deceiving me? You say, it's okay, Maiyegun. I won't deceive you again. Now let's do it again. You deceive me again. And I say, Baba, see what you do me again now. But I thought you said you could treat me well. Maiyegun, don't worry. It's just that, you know, there's too many things. Let's do it again. Then I allow you to do it to me again, right? Then now here you come back again. You say, no, I have changed. I promise you. I won't do it to you for the 5th time. If I believe you, it's my fault now. Because you know what? You will do it again. That's who you are. How can they not see the politicians like that? Is the problem.
Honestly, I'm so tired. The thing is just that now we that they are now bad mouthing. They are not in Nigeria.
Call us enemy of Nigeria. Remember?
Now they are not calling us now. Like the way they are saying it, they can't come out straight and say, power, but one for they will now at least they are expecting you to use your initiative. For me to be complaining, you know that I mean something now. Me too. I'm just playing along. Say, Nigeria, no, my shall go
you know, they say, you know. Message. Go they catch feelings. Because a lot of us, we are a bit soft. No, we are humans. So as we are saying all of this is sometimes you be like, but anyway, I got 20,000. You know that kind of thing.
You know, you said something that time. Say now we go still can't rescue them. Say if we can't determine, say make everybody then go get sense. Now waiting go do with this. I want to buy bit to get yatego. I'm a full of what do I get sended? I'm better to back. Damn, I don't know. Over the after 4 years. Because I'm so for
see.
And then you now be listening to my own. Then maybe that time.
Honestly,
let us not take too much people time, Jerry. Thank you, Baba. God bless you. You are a satellite for we in Biafra. Because if I
just the conscience. You know what me I like, Baba? You know what me I like? We say, number one, I know say not be everybody go agree with what I'm. You know, some people may agree with what I'm saying, but they won't like the way I'm saying it. Sure, you get.
Baba, then they agree now. They're not just
but conscience now, you know, say conscience now open wound. Now truth be healer. Even if you're lying to everybody, say you do okay, and you know they okay. And somebody is telling you that it go show for body, you know go do okay soon. But when time come, you know go feel hide down now. That's what is happening to them now.
Now they know they hide down. All of them don't they talk to me. Maiyegun there song by. Okay, people is song by. No, for life we can enjoy and you understand that your logic now. You know that one no be conscience again. This one now also turn it. But boy man so turn but look man come across in me like or theory of
can only tone it down back on like tone it down no.
Oh, Baba, good luck, Jerry.
Nice one, Thanks so much. So yeah, we just had a wonderful chart there. So I'm gonna hang on. What did I do? Sorry, I don't know if I took that right or wrong, but I think I could take another one then. Remember, you can still like this broadcast, okay? Like it if you're still here. Share it as well.
Hello.
Hi. Hello, sir.
My name is Ade. I'm calling from UK, Basildon to be precise.
Oh, say Basildon. Oh, sorry, I didn't get that too.
Basildon in SS.
Oh, I would rather say excess. I don't take me get no. So I'll say Essex then. All right. How you doing, Baba?
Baba, you are doing a lovely work.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And may the Lord continue to bless you and everything you lay your hands on.
Amen.
Apparently, tonight, there is something I would like to say. And out of all the shenanigans that Kolu and his cohort has been doing, there is one certain thing that I would like to say that if he has done it very well, perhaps maybe people would have kind of said, this guy has something up there. But I believe he messed it up, and that is the student loan. Nigeria cannot give. Hello?
I do with you.
Okay, Nigeria cannot afford to give student loan at the moment. I studied abroad. I studied in one of the Scandinavian countries. I was given access to student loan, and I was also given access to student grants. I would have loved it if the government, because this government doesn't know what they are doing, if they give access to student grants instead of student loan. For example, every Nigerian, whether College of Education, Polytechnic, University, technical colleges, so far it is an higher institution of learning. If the government can afford to pay them 20K every month, each student, and the moment you graduate, you are not entitled to that money again. You can imagine 20K times 12, that is 240.
That's right.
For every student in our institution. They don't need loan. We cannot afford loan. The moment they graduate, you know, they don't have access to that loan. I mean, that's a grant again. You can imagine. I mean, I was thinking maybe these people are going to do something credible this time around. But when an illegitimate hand touches something that is gold, that substance will become illegitimate as well.
Contaminated, especially when they have some hidden motive behind it. But we'll break it down for people listening to us. Okay, a student loan that will have a student, education bank, right? This education bank is going to be funded with 1% of money made from oil. All right. Now, all of these are actually not so straightforward enough. Then they say if you have to access it, you need somebody from the civil service level, so and so. You need so and so from this. And at the end of the day, you would rather probably just forget about school when you begin to realize what it will take to access that loan. So the sincerity is not there. Like you said, something that sounded so good, but the sincerity, the intention is not actually to get this enough people to access that money because there is actually no money yet. Okay?
Exactly.
Which is sad, sincerely. A good project that could touch lives, a good idea that could touch and change lives is being messed up on the altar of insincerity.
Exactly, because every other thing he has been doing is just charade. I mean, mirage. Like, for example, sacking, EFCC chairman, putting a family in DFCC's net. That one doesn't concern us. All the other thing, he did everything. He has not done anything tangible. And that is why I can never support a man like that. I can never support a man like that. One thing I think he would have done right was that student grant. You can't give student loan because how are they going to pay back? For me as a Nigerian, I study abroad. I even study free of charge. I study in Finland free of charge. You can imagine. I study free of charge.
You're not from Finland, though, right? But the system is clear. All you needed was to show that you are a student and you can apply, and that's it.
Exactly. All the way from Nigeria. As I'm talking to you, I can study till a PhD level free of charge.
See? And
because I have the Finnish nationality.
They said education is not a luxury, it's not cheap. So everybody should find a way to fund it if you really want to be educated. There are those who funded their own education. They are walking about right now looking for a job that's not there.
Exactly. That was one thing that this man would have done very well. Even if he has done only that one, people might be looking at it that he got this right, but he messed it up.
Sad.
The only chance he had, he messed it up. So, but that was the only thing I would have loved to see. It's an illegitimate person. I mean, and all the people surrounding him, this is the time for them to move on. And so that the right set of persons can come in. And God willing, I believe, God willing, the mandate stolen will be retrieved back by God's grace.
Thank you so much, Baba. I will say amen to that because I know what that simply means. It may avert this shege. Because it sounds funny when we say shege. These things actually have their victims. Women, children, young, old, all of them who are actually victims of all of this. So it's not just shege. There are actually lives involved. Thank you so much, Baba. I'll take another one.
Okay.
So much appreciated. And if you are still watching me and you are still with me tonight, you should please like the broadcast. Okay. I have a caller. Hello there.
Yeah. How are you, sir?
I am very well, sir. How are you?
I'm Ade, and I'm calling from the US.
Oh, you are another Ade. I think princes are interested tonight and they're getting through. So here is another prince. Ade, did you say?
I was even shocked when you pick up the phone and the person said Ade. I'm like, well, that's not me now. What's going on?
That's not you, and your own phone is not talking. I know. It's good to hear from you, sir. How are you?
I like your broadcast, and I just want to encourage you.
Thank you.
When they started Yoruba Nation, that was what I thought you were doing all this while. I'm like, these Yoruba people. Before I go ahead, I was born and bred in the northern part of Nigeria.
Bless you.
Even though my parents are Ijebu. So you could see the difference. You could see my background of not wanting a breakup in Nigeria.
I do.
But before the election, I'm like, let me just listen to this Maiyegun guy self. Then I'm like, I've missed a lot. I have missed a lot. The way you break things down, the way you say something that will happen tomorrow. All the things you say yesterday is happening. I'm like, wow, this guy. What is he saying? So ever since then, I've been listening every day. I'm watching you live now.
I know. You can see me shaking my head and smiling as you are doing that. Thank you, sir.
But the whole Tinubu had nothing to offer Nigeria.
Tell them.
Tinubu had nothing to offer Nigeria. Let's look at it this way. Look at the way it starts. They started by remove subsidy. Nothing to cover it. After that, they came with VAT. Look at the way you break VAT down yesterday. We were there now. I left Nigeria. I'm in the US. I left Nigeria in 1999.
God bless you.
And I've been here. They will collect tariff. They will collect money from everybody.
Yes.
To take care of their people.
That's right. Job for the boys.
So that nobody will talk, will say anything. Like you said earlier, it's only God and death that can remove that man.
If the court fail, sir, it's not even like it's not even a deal. It's not even something like a brag. Okay, if you know Tinubu very well, if court no remove him, now only death will stop him from spending.
Now only death, because he knows how to grip. He knows how to grip and hold on to everything. But I'm looking at the way. I'm 110%, 150% obedient. You know how many family members, how many friends that don't talk to me, even in the US here, that you are, because I'm obedient. Because they are so, I'm like, what is wrong with you people? I'm not saying Obi is going to be. Obi is going to be
like it's going to be this magic
he's going to be a Messiah,
but he's never going to be like this. I agree.
A Messiah, a magician. But would you, for God's sake, look at all the people that have led Nigeria? All of them, not even starting from Obasanjo, all of them. Look at the way this guy break the whole thing, how the country can go down. Let's even assume he's lying. Why can't we even try his lie?
Tinubu will not tell him anything. Tinubu that couldn't say anything.
Tinubu did not say anything.
He said that one is not pretender. I mean, it's
nothing.
It's ridiculous, honestly.
She's statistics, la fait Jenny.
Yeah, she's statistics, la fait Jenny. Now they are eating Tinubu subsidy.
They are eating statistics now. But I'm sorry to say, our Yoruba, do you realize our Yoruba, our teacher? I'm sorry to say it.
Okay. Argumentative, they will say in court. They will say, okay, yeah, continue, sir, but somebody will disagree for a reason. It's called argumentative. But finish, sir, please.
Look at the Nigeria, where Nigeria Bushowa now. Apart from we have all the professors, we have all the this and everything. Killer produce as a Nigeria. No, to be frank. Àwọn Igbo tó ń wúlò yìí, àwọn ló wà productive o. Oh, that thing that you bought in the market is Igbo made. Tell me the thing that you bought in the market that is Yoruba made. Tell me that thing. None. Look at the northern part of Nigeria. If you see this dirty of a guy, we are about 8 mates, oh. If you are not 8 mates, it is 53. I'm 53.
Oh, bless you.
Àdúgbò mi ló ń gbé náà, àdúgbò tó bí mi sí ló ń gbé náà ti bí òun náà. Ó yẹ ká mọ̀ra, tábà máa wò bá àgbọ̀ gbá bọ́ọ̀lù rí, àpàdé ní school debate rí, bá àgbọ̀ pàdé ní school debate rí, met somehow.
Inter-school competition.
Somehow. Then, because we are 8 mates. If your age is not even the same, we are close.
Within that bracket, I know.
There is a lot of things going on in the north that people don't know. Fulani, Otto, Hausa, Otto, it's not the same. We have Fulani, they are different. Hausa, they are different.
That's right.
Kwankwaso is Hausa, it's not Fulani. Abacha is Hausa, it's not Fulani.
No.
Look at all the leaders that have led Nigeria, they're Fulanis. That is why they kill Abacha on time now.
I heard that conspiracy too, Baba.
So a lot of we can't say anything. I'm just happy to call. I'm happy to watch you live. This is the first time I'm watching live because today is holiday. I'm supposed to be at work, but it's holiday July 4th in America. So I'm like, let's see what is there. So that's why I always miss. I'm supposed to be at work by now.
Thank you, sir.
But keep doing the good job you're doing.
I will. Thanks a lot,
and
sir.
I will continue to try as much as I can to continue to be around and be involved in future.
You. I mean, apart from the fact that the elections and the drama around it kind of a little bit affected some of our own activities too, especially on the Yoruba Union, and seeing how we can help, enlighten people, educate people, and tell them that we need to change the way we are actually doing things now. People need to change the way they are kind of, getting involved in all of this now to something different until we are completely out of this contraption as it is. But you see all these elections, this election that we couldn't put our people in harm's way. We just around that time, right? We just don't feel confident that people should go out and be doing our stuffs in this whole chaos, right? So now we are coming back gradually, and we hope that all the genuine Yoruba Omoluabis, they will join us in this advocacy too. And I appreciate your time.
I surely will.
Thank you.
I surely will. Enjoy the rest of the day.
And you too. Enjoy the rest of your break too, sir. And we'll speak to you again.
I will.
Okay? Have a good one. So that's another prince. Prince or Ade. Ade means crown. And anybody that is called Ade is a prince, okay? If she's a woman, she's a princess, like our own princess. Yeah. Hello there.
Hello?
Hello, ma.
Maiyegun, hey, thank God I got you. Oh my goodness.
I know.
Oh my goodness. I'm fine. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So,
yes, that's you. That's me.
Say praying for you. You will succeed. And we that are with you see the change come through. I'm Marian from Cincinnati, Ohio, U.S.
Oh, bless you, ma'am.
But I tried.
Marian. Yes, ma'am, please.
So I have just a couple things to say. It's true that some of us want the country to break. It's true that we are seeing that the country needs to break off for things to work out. But we keep forgetting that now the same people when spoil the first one, now we'll still carry go all these places when we break, right?
So,
Okay, I think what we really need is the education of people from the grassroots, because even if they break us up with the same mentality, because the Nigerian man right now, I know they tell them sorry anymore. They tell them say when I suffer never starts, even including my family members. Because number one, they don't say truth. Nobody wants to say the truth.
No.
In every aspect, the person when we say they punish them, like you always say, those are the people they fight for. So let them continue in their suffer. But we are also bearing the brunt. Because no matter what, you cannot close your eye. You are sending money, whether you like it or not.
Absolutely, ma'am.
So at the end of the day, number one, we pray that this court case comes through and Obi makes it by God's grace, if it's the will of God. But if it's not the will of God, those of us talking right now, we need to start doing more than, we already know that nothing is going to come out from Tinubu. Even if Tinubu is not the one, that let me tell you what Kabi said, because in my interaction, I've come close to somebody that is in that position.
Right.
He said we will join them. So if we have people already with the mindset of joining them, it doesn't matter who gets in there. That is not like Peter Obi them kind. They will do the same thing.
They will.
So the bottom line is we need to start from the grassroots, trying to, whatever we want is what we will be telling people.
That's right.
If you don't change, now you are the one that will suffer it. Most of us in America, we're already enjoying, but we have more bad people in America than in Nigeria, because they also support Tinubu, even though they are in America enjoying the real thing.
Very, very unfortunate people. They believe that it's not going to touch them because they are in America and all of that. We are all at risk of bad governance. We have our loved ones back in Nigeria. I mean, who would be happy when something that we read about all the time happened to people we love too? Would you feel the same again?
Exactly.
I don't know what they're thinking about, honestly.
Is it not here we are? Maybe when Trump was in this thing, we see how many people was killed. Remember? They think they are safe. They are not safe. Well, I chose one of us. Like I said, you love being a slave. I don't love being a slave. So by God's grace, that place will be better. We'll go home one day. But since you guys love being a slave,
see, some people said that the solution that we are looking for is may not be outright breakup, okay? But the first thing first is, if we go back to pre-1963, something that we actually signed up for independence was everybody go day independence of one another. That's what we signed up for. That's what they stopped. Now, maybe we can start the healing from going back to that same arrangement. Everybody day in day your day. Sure you get.
Yes.
Before we can think if we are still a country, call it a confederation, call it anything. But stop, break this arrangement. It's not working. It will never work.
It's not working. Well, I just say make I try today, and I got through. So I'm I'm a first-time caller, right?
I can feel it. Well, you didn't tell me your name. I'm just gonna say my lady.
I said
from Cincinnati, Ohio. I remember that one. Marianne from Cincinnati, Ohio. I won't forget that, ma'am. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
You should.
God bless you.
And you too, ma.
Bye.
Bless you. That's my lady Marianne from Cincinnati, Ohio. Ohio is where I have Oluwo is one top member of the Yoruba Union, and I hope I will see that place one day soon. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Good evening, my brother.
Good evening to you too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm actually calling from UK. You've been doing a wonderful job.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Everything you're doing, God is going to strengthen you more.
Amen.
That our country, we all came out to look for greener pasture and go back.
That's right.
But the way the people that are ruling it now, they are all thieves. Because all they are looking for is how to keep for their grandchildren and unborn ones. But you see, with this 23 election, we all believe, and God's willing, the judiciary will not have anything to do with the sufficient evidence we've got there.
I say amen to that.
And God, amen, and God will see us through.
Amen.
Because with sufficient evidence in court, their hands are tied. And the one that sees in secret will see all Nigerians crying because there is a lot that is going on there. You are doing a good job.
Thank you so
much. Enlightening people to hear. Thank you so much. I've been watching you, but today I decided to call your number. Thank you so much.
Thank you too. Every time people call in to encourage and all that, you all give me reason why to always come back here every evening. And people say, how do you do this? People appreciate this. And if they put up all their time, that's enough for me to say, I'm going to come here every night. Thank you.
Yeah. I've been waiting to get through, but luckily I got through. I've been watching you for some time, but this is the only time I got through.
Thank you very much.
I really appreciate your work. All the people doing the good work, standing for the truth in Nigeria, it will come in our time, in Jesus' name.
Witness it all.
Thank you, my brother.
You have a good one. Stay safe, sir. My regards. I have on the line. So thank you so much, every one of you who has dropped your offering. And I just got this 2324 with your super chat as well. Thank you. My people can be very generous anyway. So I have a caller.
Maiyegun Baba.
Yeah, Babo.
Maiyegun Baba. Hello.
Well,
now your guy now. Now your guy now, Maiyegun. Chukwuemeka from Montreal.
Bless you, Montreal. Chukwuemeka again. Sorry, I didn't look at that number. I've quite detect that earlier. All right. How you doing, Baba?
I did.
Now you see how you're not becoming a regular now.
My God, do bravo.
Nice one, So you're back
I
tonight.
was driving fast, you know, to make sure so I can get home in time to call, you know. So see? I'm glad I got in. Maiyegun, I got confession though.
Yeah, now go for it.
You know, say back in the day, when I first came across your program, incidentally, you said something that was what I implied as against Nnamdi Kanu.
Oh.
That invest me that day.
Really?
I was like, who be this one?
See, I don't see you don't vex for me before we say, I didn't get what you meant. It's just who I am. You know what I mean? I hope I managed to make it up to you enough that you stay.
Oh, of course. It was really before the elections. I began to see you were making a whole lot of sense. I was like, no, this guy na material I beg. So I share your program, they give my family, made it they know how far. You know, because there's really a lot. Like I think it was 2 weeks back, I went and reviewed some of your videos in the diary. Like there was one about Murtala Mohammed, whether he's a hero or a villain. But that one touched me. It just shows that, you know, the way Nigeria they just hide history, or at least they tweak history.
You know what?
So that we don't know.
People that they call hero in Nigeria, they are actually like past criminals who got away with their crimes. Sure, you get.
Exactly.
Now, that was when I developed the context or the idea that Nigeria only reward criminals. Go and check the history. A lot of them committed so much crime against Nigeria and Nigerians. But guess what? They end up being that, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm glad you could take a trip back. This was years back, by the way.
So now they enlighten people. Now people I know around, you know, they tell them how they be, you know, so that we don't keep having, you know, that wrong impression of, you know, these criminals. You know, that kind of a thing. Maiyegun, this our election petition matter.
You decide
honestly,
as you're in the flow. Baba days they come close very soon. Tribunal go give their own judgments. So everybody go say, "Mo go Supreme Court. We believe the Supreme Court go do better." Say, okay, let's go there again. It's all coming to a close. But if any of them fail to remove Tinubu, Baba, I swear, I no swear, but trust me, now only death will remove him. If he die, that's why he won't go for any second time or any thought, whatever it is. Because I mean, who no Tinubu, Baba? Why people can't pretend to say
it's unfortunate, Baba. This is somebody who's supposed just go relax. You know, he's supposed just go relax. Leave this matter entirely. You know, go and rest for God's sake. This is an old, fragile man, for goodness sake. He don't get the ability to run a country of this magnitude that is so diverse. You know, Baba no one hear word. He's just pushing himself. And you see, what I feel is maybe it's not just only him that is the problem. I think it's his handlers, his supporters, you know, his inner caucus people. And then they say, Baba, they go front, no problem, just they go. And then he keeps going. You know, at the end of the day, just the same way Buhari now is the slaughter ram. At the end of the day, he's going to fall into that same trap.
It's just a matter of time.
You know, he's going to be, man, Maiyegun, I'm tired of the country.
Thank you.
I'm really tired.
Thank you so much, Baba. Again, I hope I'm going to hear from you again tomorrow. Send me well to our people in Montreal.
By the grace of God, I will call you for sure, Baba. Thanks, sir.
Nice one,
Thanks. And have a good one.
Right, we are coming so close, okay? I'm going to call it a night soon, but I have a caller, right? Hello there.
Uncle, no, Baba Maiyegun.
Hey, mommy, how are you?
I'm very well, Maiyegun. Good evening.
I'm very well too. Anyway, so how you doing?
I'm okay. Trust the family is good. Of course, they are good.
Well, I mean, I can't complain. I have to say, is that Chichi, by the way? Is that you?
Yes, it's Chichi. It's Chichi.
I like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
fine.
We are here.
I actually called to concur to what you already said earlier. And I'm not a bad news carrier. I'm just should I say, honest observer.
Not the prophet of doom, but you are the prophet of truth. Anybody will hear up, exactly. They will have to deal with the truth. Please go ahead, but I mean, please.
Nothing much really for me to say than to also give and let Nigerians know that they shouldn't be expecting too much from their so-called courtroom, you know. They shouldn't expect too much. For me, I'm not expecting anything. So they don't get disappointed. Okay. And I'm going to get a little bit because this whole badadash that is happening, we've talked about this earlier. It's not just it's not really just like the leader's decision. There are people who are behind that. And at the moment, I'm saying this for every Nigerians to get themselves ready. Right. Heart attacks are really ahead of Nigeria. Not just Nigeria, it's a global stuff. But that of Nigeria might really take a turn on the neck. So this is where me coming in to say, buckle up and get ready. If you're expecting that anything is going to be easy or palatable or better than what it is today, sorry, my fellow countrymen. Sorry, it's not going to get any.
You know, go that easy. Chichi, you know what somebody told me? This one is not me professing, okay? But somebody told me that by the time they get to June 2024, when the real effect of what these guys are going to do to Nigerians are already so obvious, okay? That by December 2024, and that is if it takes that long, the level of kind of uprising that will happen in Nigeria, Africa will attest that they've never seen anything like it before.
Maiyegun, June 2024 is too far.
Like
before the end of this year,
when the whole thing don't take shape, when the bedu don't enter body very well, you begin to feel it.
That's what I'm saying. Next year is too far.
It's too far.
It's too far. Because I don't know how many of them know the next lockdown is coming by 2025. So that one aside, for now, all that is happening, it's not just your leader. The hand that is holding your leaders are the one who has given them the scripts that they are carrying out. If only Nigerians have woken up. But anyway, my people say that simply means when once wake up, that is the person's morning.
That is your morning.
So this is Nigerian morning. Unfortunately, this morning is at a very late hour. If really it is morning, okay, it's at a late hour. But notwithstanding, my only it's not like we who are not in Nigeria, it's palatable for us. It isn't. I would have loved a situation whereby I'm in my own African continent, if not necessarily Nigeria, any other African continent. All of us there for the same aboki shit. But that tight skin, that tough skin where God don't already give us, make I calm down. That tight skin where God don't already give us, make we wear another jacket, join her. Carry carry zoom or rock, get for chest as in, you know now. Tighten up, wait for waiting day. So that wherever situation that comes our way, we can stumble and manage. Saying overcome is we cannot overcome, but say stable and managedly walk through it. Because this is what they do now, bobo and then rehearse, and then we see they do the men situation before the end of this year.
They do to get ready. We are not even out
before the
yet.
end of this year. Before the end of this year, we go see. I go down. They see back.
Man, I'll go talk. See back. But anyway, I hope one thing that people kind of fear most. We say, if the trajectory continue like this, it's not hard. See, Chichi, people need to understand something, right? That some of us who are talking about these things, nobody say they wish Nigeria evil. Now, the evil that they do you, we are trying to make you understand in the first place. Sure, you know, But these guys, if they continue in this trajectory of waiting they won't do, don't make the decision. We have made the decision. If you don't like it, just go to hell. What are you going to do about it? If they continue like that, I agree with you. 2024 may be too long ago. The whole thing may just go up in smoke before.
That's why I said they should get another scheme add to the one way God already give us. If he produce a producer, producer go germinate from anywhere, we go double as in quote another scheme, join the one way God don't give us. Manufacture and give us, look, we wear, join. So that we go tight.
Anyway.
We go tight. Then carry Zoom or rock or carry for chest. Make we get up. Carry and the water.
Thank you so much, Chichi. I'll take another one.
The person where God don't bless, just carry on. Blessings to you.
Thanks and so much for all the support as well. And the prayers too, by the way, because I can read them out. Thank you, Chichi. Now, this is where we're going to draw the curtains. I know I should probably continue. I have other people who are still trying to get in, okay? But I'm not going to lie. Initially, I thought I was going to stop the moment we got to 2 hours, okay? But I promise you, I will make it up to you. So every one of you who really want to stick on in, okay? Thank you for tonight. All of you, the members of the temple, are far and near, okay? What really gets this interesting is your engagement, all right? And before you leave, please still like that broadcast, subscribe to my channel, watch some of my oldies, and then you will know this guy, no different from what it's always been. Truth, sincerity, and honesty. Analysis that kind of gets you so connected to the story. I do it very well. And people say I do it well too. So thank you for all your support so far. I will see you some other time. Until then, please don't stop watching. Right.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism, kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràjò.
Maiyegun ti dé.
òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràjò.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.